Hello, and we are live. So I always like to start my live videos by talking to the people who are watching on replay, because the people who join live might take a minute or two. So if you're watching this on replay, I am simultaneously broadcasting it on YouTube and on Facebook. And if you put a comment in the notes or whatever, I will see it. If you have a question, you can still ask it, even if you're watching on replay. And I may not get to it immediately, but I will definitely get to it. So I look forward to having this be as interactive as we can. And today I am going to talk about the safe place exercise, which is a wonderful tool for resetting physiologically. And the question that goes with this, or the core of the issue that we will go at today, is can you feel safe when you are safe? So many of us, if not most people I know, run around this world in this constant state of agitation and anxiety. And actually what that is that physiologically our bodies are responding as if we're not safe, even when we are physically safe. So anxiety, anxious projections, catastrophizing, all of these kind of thoughts create movies and images in our head, and our bodies respond to them as if they're real. Our old brain is not always that good at separating what is fantasy and what is reality, right? Which is why we love movies. We love movies because we go to a movie, we emotionally feel what's happening in the movie. We go through an emotional experience that's not happening to us. We know it's fake, but we still will feel all the emotions of the people that we're watching. That's due to our empathy. And it's due to the fact that our physiological responses are very tied to what's happening in our minds. So, can you feel safe when you are safe? That's the big question. So I'm just going to take a moment and check in and say hi, Sheila. Thanks for joining. Hi, Jess, Janet, Joanne. Thank you, guys. If you are saying hi from Facebook, do include your name because StreamYard doesn't let me see it for whatever reason. YouTube, I can see your name right away. So thanks for joining on today. So this safe place exercise is used in many different ways. And I learned to use it in the way that I will teach it today as part of my EMDR training. And I think most of you know EMDR is eye movement desensitization and reprocessing therapy. And it's a very, very, very effective therapy for trauma, for anxiety, and for a number of other issues. And prior to working with a client, one of the things we are trained to do is to make sure that the client can access feelings of physiological safety. Not everybody can. People with a lot of trauma in their backgrounds may not have the ability to. And if they don't, then as a clinician, we know we need to sort of back up and work with that person to help them establish a sense of physiological safety prior to moving forward into kind of deep therapeutic work. So that's how it's used in the clinical setting, but it's also like a super useful tool for all of us, I think, for all of us to once in a while help our bodies reset. Teresa, hi, thanks for joining. So I think what I'd like to do is to really just jump into the visualization, guide you guys through it, see how it feels. Experiencing things, in my view, is the best way to learn. So that's one reason when I do talks or when I, give these lives in particular, I try to almost always incorporate some kind of experiential moment, some kind of guided experience that helps you feel the truths that we're learning, helps you really embody them, because we can learn all sorts of things up here, right? We can learn everything from like here up, but it doesn't always sink in. So meditation, visualizations, really experiencing things, processing it, discussing it, that's what helps us embody these different tools, techniques, and things that we're discussing. So, and from India, Siddhartha, thank you for joining us. And you're learning about CBT from the videos. Yes, great. I have one YouTube video that is just boom, taking off, which is kind of fun to watch. And it feels like it's helping a lot of people, so that's really nice. Okay. Hi, Artha. Thank you for joining us. Nice to see you. So I'm on my meditation cushion today. You are welcome to take a seat on a meditation cushion or simply in your chair. I'm going to have you sort of just take a deep breath, really kind of ground in the moment that you're in. And before we move into the visualization, I'm going to demonstrate butterfly tapping. So I know some of you, if you took the Roadmap to Joy workshop with me, we did butterfly tapping in that workshop, and I've also done it on a handful of other lives. So butterfly tapping is really just to put your arms like this, sort of a self-hug, and gently alternate tapping with your hands. So this is what is called butterfly tapping. If this is uncomfortable for you for any reason, you can also try it. You can hook your thumbs and do it here. I find it more comforting to do the full hug. So this is how I will be doing it. And you can do whichever one feels comfortable to you. And what the butterfly tapping does is it replicates bilateral stimulation of the brain. So it gets both hemispheres, your left and your right hemisphere of your brain, working and activated, because the left hemisphere controls the right side of our body, the right hemisphere controls the left side of our body. So we're bringing that element into this visualization as well. All right. So take a moment and really ground where you are. Feel your seat in your chair. Take another deep breath. Bring in your awareness of the space around you, the room that you're in. You can sort of notice, just take a moment to notice what the light is like in the room. Notice if there's anything you can smell. Notice what sounds you can hear. And then notice the feeling of sitting on your cushion or your chair. And visualizations are often easiest with your eyes closed. And I talked last week a little bit about how visual our minds are really varies person to person. So some people, when you say, bring to mind your favorite pair of shoes, like boom, the whole image is there. Other people will just simply know which ones are their favorite shoes. And that's sort of a very concrete example. So I use that one a lot. And it doesn't matter. So as I lead you through this visualization, if you really see everything, awesome. If you don't, but you just know it, that is fine too. It still works. So bring to mind a place where you feel really safe. A place where you feel good about yourself, safe, calm, peaceful. And if you have a place like that in your life right now, that's wonderful. So if you have a place that is something you can access or is not that difficult to access in your life right now, awesome. If you don't, it's fine to pick a place from the past. Some people go way back to childhood to find a place. But if you have something more recent, that's probably what I would recommend. But pick some place that you have been where you have felt really safe. And to be honest, sometimes people, like my clients, my one-to-one clients, will tell me like the main place they feel safe is in my office. Fine. So if you feel safe being with your therapist, fine, or at home with a friend or someplace. It can sometimes be easiest also to have a safe place that you can access where you're alone, because then it's something you can utilize at any moment. It isn't reliant on another person. So And we're going to start with whatever place you have settled on right now, and just bring that place to mind as clearly as you can. So bring to mind this place where you feel safe. And it might be easiest if you close your eyes. And I'd also like you to imagine the best time to be there. So a place where you feel comfortable and safe and peaceful, and sort of the best of the best time of day, the best weather. Everything is kind of really where it should be just for that moment. And bring that to mind as clearly as you can. And breathe in the feelings that go with that place. And notice what sights you see there, what the light is like. Notice if there's anything you smell or hear. Really imagine this place as clearly as you can. And then put your hands on your shoulders. And as you're bringing your safe place to mind as clearly as you can, gently alternate the tapping of your hands on your shoulders or your collarbone. And then take a deep breath and pause. And you can send me a quick thumbs up or a quick note, whether you were able to access a place or not. It helps me to know how to guide this. But just send me a quick note. Let me know if you were able to visualize and access a place where you feel safe. And as I wait for those comments to come in, I'm going to take a quick sip of water, and then we're going to try that again. So once again, you can just put your hands and arms in butterfly tapping pose and close your eyes and bring to mind as clearly as you can the safe place. And then alternate tappings. And take another deep breath. And this time, just notice if anything has shifted for you physiologically. Just think about how you felt prior to starting this live, and then how you're feeling now after doing that fairly simple exercise. Let me know if anything physically has shifted for you. And I'm just going to check the comments here again. Okay, people are finding their safe places. Excellent, found it. Arthur found it. Janet in her conservatory in the morning. Perfect. Perfect. Ginger says absolutely. Seems like somebody lost the connection, but I think the connection's still working from my end. So I guess I'll know if more of you tell me it's not working, but it looks like it's working right now. Okay, so Arthur shifted from one safe place to another. If you have more than one safe place, awesome. That's wonderful. Somebody's feeling more focused. Great, terrific. All right, so we are going to do that one more time. Somebody else is feeling lighter, more focused. Okay. And I'm going to guess that there's a couple people on the call who are not accessing the safe place as easily, but I'll come back to that towards the end. So let's again sit, bring to mind the safe place, put the arms into butterfly tapping mode. I'd probably recommend, if you've moved safe places, to go back to the first one, but really totally up to you. And just once again, just close your eyes, alternate the butterfly tapping, and bring to mind this place that you love to be. Breathe in the safety of being in this place. Breathe in the feeling of calm and peace and safety. And as you do that, think of a positive statement about yourself. It could be anything you'd like. Very simple. I am. And then just keep picturing being in this safe place with that nice, simple, positive statement. I am, and fill in the blank. Okay, and take a deep breath and come back to the video. So again, let me know if you're noticing physiological changes, and let me know if you had a positive statement come up. You can share it with the group, or you can just say, got it. But that positive statement can be a very helpful one to work with along with the safe place exercise. And the positive statement could be as simple as, I'm at peace, I am calm. It could be, I'm okay as I am. It could be, I am loved. Whatever came to your mind is probably perfect. So let me know. Hopefully you guys are still. Sheila says she was a little distracted. Her cat was on her lap. Well, I think cats can really help to create a safe place. So sometimes being with our pets is really where we feel the safest, which is great, which is nice. Feel peaceful. I am that I am. Isaac gave a thumbs up. Ginger, I am enough. I love it. I love it. Arthur, feeling very relaxed. So this is the safe place exercise. It's that simple. A couple of tools and guidelines. When you do the butterfly tapping, not a long period of time, 10 to 12, maybe a minute, and then pause, take a breath, come back, see what shifted, reground, be where you are, and then go back into it. So it's really like very short, little pieces of visualizing the safe place. And of course, if your safe place, somebody shared it's in her conservatory at her house, you can do this exercise while you are there, acknowledging that you're there, not visualizing it, right? You could be in your safe place, feel the feelings of peace and safety, do the butterfly tapping, and repeat the positive statement about yourself. I am safe enough now. For Teresa, great. Janet, relaxed. Yep. Arthur, I'm at peace. I'm enough. Beautiful. Beautiful. Joanne, I'm safe and calm. Wonderful. Awesome. So everyone sharing, sounds like you've been able to access these feelings. For if there's anybody watching this later or who's not sharing right now, which is fine, who is having trouble with this exercise, that's okay. Remember, we have these brains that, run into the future and then our bodies re-experience that. And if we have a lot of stress in our lives or in our histories, we've had a lot of trauma or stress or difficulties, we might just be wired to not feel safe. So it might take a while to be able to practice this, to access those feelings. And I would probably recommend working with some grounding techniques if this is challenging for you. Really grounding in the moment. Like, for example, like right now, I'm at home. There's 3 of us working at home because of the whole social isolation situation. Everybody's got their own office. One son who is at home who is looking for a job. So everybody's kind of here. I know everybody's safe. And so if I let my mind run, I could be in all sorts of anxiety and be experiencing all sorts of feelings of not being safe. But if I really come down to this moment, like I'm about as safe as a human gets, like right now. And my guess is that for most people watching this, like you're not watching it in the middle of a highway, right? Because you wouldn't be watching this. So for most people watching this, you are safe right now. So grounding into the moment where you are to begin to experiment with that. And the other thing about a safe place exercise, you can also come up with an imaginary place. You can come up with an imaginary place. And as I said when we began, it can also be a place from your past. Like there is a retreat center where I used to go and do retreats very, very regularly. And that became one of my go-to safe places because of the feelings of peace and calm I had accessed there. Imagining being there helped me to re-experience those. So I'm hoping that that makes sense. Some of you I know that I do have a free mini course that goes through the safe place exercise, grounding exercises, and diaphragmatic breathing. You can also learn those things with other YouTube videos and stuff. But I do have a little mini course that takes you through 3 weeks of practicing those 3 different techniques, really to strengthen the sense of physiological safety. Because we all function best when we are alert but relaxed. So that's also a theme I have shared many times. So I'm sure you'll hear me say it again. Alert but relaxed. We are not taught how to be alert but relaxed in our society. Yet it's key, and it's really where our minds work the best, where we think the best, and where we're happiest. So let me know if this was useful. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. And as I said, if you have a question later today, feel free to post it in the comments, either on Facebook or on YouTube. I do get notified when there are comments, and I check them and comment back. And oh, Vicki, you're welcome. I hope this was useful for you. And oh, thank you, Jess, you posted the little mini series. And then also I've done a few YouTube videos about self-administered EMDR, because a lot of people are asking me that question, can I do it on my own? And that's a pretty complicated question. However, the safe place exercise would be something to do and to access and to be fully, to feel really confident and grounded in prior to trying EMDR on your own. So you can also access those on YouTube. And I'm going to sign off and check in with your questions later today. And I hope that you have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll see you guys next week.